University. No, no te creas, no te creas. I wish I would have went this time though. Now I do regret not going because now they're gonna go to Europe. Oh hell no. We ain't gonna get up and go to Europe. Chale tamale with all that. But hey, do me a favor, cabrones. Hit that pinche like button again. The Chicano channel, we're back. The voice of La Raza on the internet. We absolutely are. The voice of the Raza. I appreciate you guys for tuning in again. Here's another one like the other one. We're going to talk about the big Herc collab. You guys have been messaging me those things. You guys want to talk about Hoodstocks going down. Not the whole Hoodstocks. I'm talking about just the building. Is the building Hoodstocks going down? Is definitely a tragedy. It's a shame. It's like shit. It's like me losing one of my buildings. And if I did lose one of my buildings, well, obviously insurance will take care of it because I learned to do shit. Ya las chuecuras are over with, so insurance will take care of the building with stocks. But man, it just sucks to have to go through all that and start over. But Hoodstocks has never really been about any pinchy building. It's about a community of individuals online. So shout out to Hoodstocks, man. We'll talk about Hoodstocks. We'll talk about Haterworld and Wack. See what's going on over there. When I think of the Haterworld, I think of G the Barber, who's getting ready to throw chingazos. And I can see the chat right here popping up. But what I got to do is this. I got to... all messages are visible. Let me see. If not, I'll just turn on this phone over here, my second phone. I'll turn this one on, and then that way I can see the chat. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be able to see the chat. There it is. Let me see. Give me a second, gente. Give me a second. We're live, just chatting. Someone says Mikey officially meets Fleece Johnson. Who the hell is Fleece Johnson? I don't even know who the hell Fleece Johnson is. What movie is that? No serio, because I don't know who that is. Maybe I should have just brought the iPad. It would have been a whole lot bigger. Let me see. Let me see. I can see some of the chat over here. Here it is. Okay. All right, we're good. Hey, I appreciate you, FMN6W. He says Trump, absolutely, fucking Trump. Who we're gonna vote for? A pinche pendeja who's gonna get us past 10% unemployment and inflation. You know what? This internet is a fucking trip, man. If you guys want fucking retardation, if you guys want high taxes, you guys want everyone on fucking EBT and Medi-Cal and these top brown influencers that push socialism. You guys are the reason that the raza is getting held back because none of that shit works. The only thing that works, get a mentor, someone that's gonna get you in business, get ahead. If not, get a blue collar job, get something that's honorable. Any job is honorable. And don't complain about shit, man, because these people, I'm telling you, they're the ones that were telling people resist ICE, resist ICE. Resisting ICE is just like getting arrested and resisting arrest. Imagine if I came on this fucking internet, gente. Imagine if I came on this internet and was telling people resist arrest, resist arrest. What kind of fucking pendejo would I be telling all you guys resist arrest? And guess what? If I ever told you guys resist arrest, resist arrest, resist arrest, and then you get shot, who's at fault? I mean, who's to blame? I mean, you know, I know I'm just an internet personality, pero it's these brown influencers that blow me away, and that's a fucking trip, man. So anyways, FM and 6W says Trump. Man, I voted for Trump 3 times. If he's 10 out of 10 times, if he's the best candidate, I'm voting for the fucking best candidate. You know, there was this one influencer. What a pinche pendejo, man. I thought he was cool. He ain't fucking cool. He's another washed up old ass cholo. He commented on the bottom of one of my videos, you ain't for la raza, you ain't for la raza. And you're for la raza? And you're for la raza? All you do is sit back and jump on live all day and you're an old washed up cholo and you ain't got nothing else to do but to be online bitching and complaining like the rest of the pendejos that just bitch and complain and can't get ahead. Oh, the gabachos holding me back. The gabachos. Ain't no fucking gabacho holding me back. If anyone would have had any resentment toward the gabachos, it would have been me. My pops hated the police. He hated law enforcement, man. My dad tried to drill that inside of me so much that I'm glad it didn't catch. Because if it would have caught, I would have fucking had a victim mentality right now. And that shit ain't happening. Your boy ain't no motherfucking victim. I'm nobody's victim. Matter of fact, why do you think I say we're together? We're the voice of La Raza, because La Raza needs someone online that has been there, done that, doesn't just have the business acumen, but the fucking streets. The streets are behind the individual, if you know what I mean. But anyways, all right. Give me a second, gente, because I gotta take a break. I just woke up right now. I'm gonna go over some of the comments right here, and then we'll get into Hoodstocks. We'll get into the Haterworld. We'll get into the big Herc collab. I gotta tell you the behind the scenes of the big Herc collab, because that's been a long time coming. And the haters are gonna hate when they see the big Herc collab. And I'm talking about the internet haters, right? Really, I don't give a shit. The only thing I've ever cared about is what my community thinks, right? And that's the difference, right? Some of these cats that are internet cats, they swear they're street cats, but they ain't street cats. Because if they were real street cats, then their ears would be to the street. And instead of asking the internet about a motherfucker, they would ask someone who's a real motherfucker. But instead, anyways, we'll get into all that, man. We'll get into all that. Just give me a second, gente, because I got to take a break. I gotta take a break, if you know what I mean. So just give me 1 second, but I'm still gonna be able to answer the chat. Death Row's in the casa. That's right, my boy, Death Row. That's right, Death Row. Death Row, I appreciate you, carnal. Death Row's been one of my day one, fucking day zero supporters, man. Death Row's that. You know, I'm not on here for the haters. I'm not on here for the people that want to fucking try to clip me. I'm not on here for none of that shit. The only thing I'm on here is because I really don't have the fucking time to be on the internet, man. I've been enjoying the summer. I've been in pools all month. I've been traveling. I've been in Rosarito, Tecate, Chicali already this month. I'm on here for the supporters, man. I'm on here for you guys, man. We're the voice of La Raza, man. We have to be la voice de la raza because no one else is gonna represent us right. I'll tell you that. None of these washed up cholos are gonna represent us right. No one that's still gang banging, that's over 40 years old, you know, that is gonna represent us right. We have to represent us. We gotta look out for us. That's it. Period. Point blank. Period. I want to give a shout out though to everyone that's still fucking with me, man. I want to give a shout out to Chemo's Flicks. Shout out to him, man. Chemo is about as fucking real as they come, man. Chemo is calling out the hypocrites. Shout out to Chemo's Flicks. I want to give a shout out to... excuse me. Shout out to Death Row. He's in the chat. He says, Death Row says, is Trump sellout 2026, keeping it real. My bad, I didn't really understand that, my G. But again, we don't fucking hang off a cliff on no politician, because one politician will come in here and make things right for 4 years, and then someone else come in here and reverse the whole thing, bro. Like in 2028, as soon as they go into power, January 4th of 2029, they'll open the border. Hey, have 11 million people cross over. One of my cousins got shot 3 times. One of my cousins is a border patrol agent. He got shot 3 times, 223 caliber bullets, 3 of them. Gracias a Dios, they went through them, hit no major organs. He told me that Biden told them don't engage and let all the women and children and all these men in backpacks. Have you ever been in a store and you just see a bunch of motherfuckers with backpacks on? Yeah. They're carrying backpacks because their whole life is in that fucking backpack. Those are just people that you got to be a little bit weary about. You don't know. These motherfuckers could be Tony Montana coming from Cuba. You know what I mean? They're wearing backpacks inside these fucking stores. Who knows what they got in that fucking backpack? You know what I mean? But hey, we're not here to talk about immigration, man. We can, but again, I bring these brown activists. You're not for La Raza. You're not. Who the fuck are you to tell me that I'm not for La Raza? Who the fuck are you? You know, first of all, I don't even respect you. You know, in order for you to get under my skin, I have to respect you. And if I don't respect you, give me a second, gente. I know the camera's off. I'll turn the camera on right now. I'm just taking a break, if you know what I mean. Who the fuck are you to tell me I'm not for La Raza? Your politics are all fucked up, man. And these people that are politics are all fucked up, right? I told them, well, why don't you, I told them last year, well, why don't you tell me, just comment on my feed and I'll send you a shirt, a nice little purple or pink shirt that says Men for Kamala. I would have sent you that shirt with a fucking big rainbow on it. But instead, you want to talk shit in the comment sections. You know you're not intelligent enough to have a debate anyways. Because you're not going to, because all I'm going to harp on, which is the number one priority for all La Raza living in the United States, is the economy. Fucking, come on, gente. They're making it seem like immigration. I get it. I wouldn't want my Tío Pancho to get fucking deported too. But if Tío Pancho staying in the United States, a bunch of Tío Panchos living in the United States means they're gonna burn the fucking country to the ground, then my kids have no future in this country. Come on, man. No sean pendejos, man. Plus, if we were in the hood, and they were snatching up fucking a bunch of Tío Panchos, we'd be chilling, drinking 40s in the hood. We look at that shit, keep it pushing, man. Keep it pushing. But they want to come on the internet and scream about ICE. Man, calma tu pinche pedo con eso. Calma tu pedo con eso. All right. Livingston tapping in, G. Door TV's been another real one. He's been holding down the whole fucking town of Livingston, running that fucking town. Shout out to Livingston. Shout out to Door TV, the fucking general of Livingston, for holding it down and tapping in with La Raza. You guys know that I named the chat La Raza because I wanted, you know, when people hear La Raza, which I mean, I can't fucking coin that phrase. That phrase has been around forever. I mean, that phrase might be over 100 years old, so I can't try to patent that. I've patented a couple things. I've copyrighted a couple things. Like I've copyrighted Chicano Tube. I copyrighted Chicano Street. I got like 3 or 4 copyrights. But I can't copyright La Raza, but it's just when people say join La Raza on YouTube, join La Raza, I want them to know that join La Raza on YouTube means join Chicano Tube. Now necessarily they don't have to be Chicanos like us, you know? We're gonna embrace, well, of course, all Mexicanos, because if you boil us down, gente, if you boil us down, okay, like a pinche bone, all right, boil it down to the bone, we're Mexicanos. The Chicano identity, it's still pervasive, but it really belonged to the first generation of Mexican Americans, the ones whose parents were born in Mexico. That way, we still had that Mexican experience. We can relate, but a lot of cabrones who never walked down a dirt road in Mexico, bought a Coke, had to put it in a plastic bag, didn't fucking ordeñar vacas, drink pajarete, fucking, you know, didn't grow up in corrales. I grew up on a horse, riding a horse, chivos, puercos, cochis, you name it. All right, I'm gonna take that. I'll put the camera back on, my back. A lot of people didn't grow up like that. They didn't grow up in Mexico. So they're already second, third, fourth generation. I'm not knocking them. I'm not saying they're any less. And I'm saying when people are going to hear Join La Raza on YouTube, they're going to come over to our channel. And because, again, we're objective thinkers, critical thinkers, ain't no one pulling our strings on the internet. That means no one has receipts. I'm not trying to follow anyone. I'm not trying to align with anyone. Me vale madre. Me vale madre. El que me mira, que me sigue, que me apoye. I'm here for us, our community. Bigger than anything. Like we were talking about Hoodstocks. That's a building, but I love what Chemo's Flicks said. Chemo's Flicks put out a post, and he reminded people, Hoodstocks, that was just a building that went down. Hoodstocks is a movement, like us. We're a movement. Why do you think we named it this? We got to represent right. gonna be old washed up cholos trying to put burners in the youngsters' hands and send them on missions. And then when they get in the pen, watch, you're gonna like that piece because I mentioned a homie. Well, not by name. I called him Big Homie in general on the Big Herc collab. He was looking out because is the real OGs will see someone, okay, this guy has a lot of potential. Look what he got going on, man. He's got a family. He's got support. He's hitting visits. He's got a lot of support. And then the OG, the real OG will look at his situation and be like, damn, I'm done. I've got 2 life sentences, maybe 3 life sentences. This is my life. And he's accepted it. He's accepted it. And all the chaos it entails and just the craziness, the drama, the chaos environment that, you know, never really gets told to the families, right? Because why are you going to have the family visit and then they stress you out? I told the tale of a real one that I'm still in contact to this day, and he's still doing what he wants to do. He's a grown man. You know, unfortunately, the circumstance is living inside a concrete box and having to, you know, run it till the casket drops. You know what I mean? Do what they're gonna do. That's gonna be on the Big Herc collab. You're gonna trip on that one. Still in touch to this day though, and I still look out to this day because I don't forget. I'm not one of these babosos. Oh, free the homie, free the homie. You won't even send 20 bucks to the homie. How you gonna say free the homie and you won't even send them 20 bucks? When's the last time you've been by the homie's house? Your homie. Oh, we spend the night together. We broke bread together. You know, his mom was like my mom. My mom was like his mom. You know, Doña Rosalva, Doña Evelia. When's the last time you've been by the homie's house and said, hey, here's a hundo, send it over to the homie. Look out for him. So, again, he's someone that's, I didn't mention, I'm not going to mention names. I don't mention names. No soy pendejo. That was mentioned in the Big Herc collab. Not no internet things, but, you know, real life things. When you remember someone, you look out. You try to look out. Here we go. I'm missing comments. Livingston tapping in. Gee, that's right. Hold that down. United States primero. Bro, it has to be United States primero, bro. Someone told me like this in the comment section one time. Well, the U.S. went to war with Mexico. Who are you going to lace your boots up? Boom. I mean, you got to, you know, lace them up, cabrón. That first little pull. And then that second. Maybe a third. You could go a third, but you're going to have to get ready to unlace them. Who would you strap those boots for? I was like, damn, that's a good one. And see, that's another little pinchy bait. Little bait question that the internet gets triggered on because they don't want to hear the real, man. The internet wants to hear the fake. The internet wants the fuckery. They want, hey, let's expose them. Hey, let's, you know, funny videos, AI photos, you know, just whatever, just troll someone, right? Which I get it. It's entertaining, right? I guess depending on what it is. But the internet doesn't want to hear the real. I'm going to tell you the real. So when you drop a comment here in La Raza's chat, I'm going to give you the real. I don't give a shit if you want to hear it or not. Obviously, you're here because you want to hear it. But United States primero, I said if I were to lace up my boots from Mexico, which I'm going to end up probably retiring in Mexico, but while right now, the benefits of going inside the military, my family has seen from, was the U.S., right? The U.S. Air Force, I've got relatives in there. I got relatives, I'm going to say relatives. Relatives in the Marines. I got relatives in the Pinchy Army. They don't even call it the Air Force no more. They call it the Air Guard. That's what it's called. Yeah, they changed it from the Air Force to the Air Guard. I don't know why. It is what it is. But it has to be America first, man. Come on, man. Especially if you're trying to set your kids up. Now, if you're not trying to set your kids up over here, I get it. If you're trying to set your kids up in Mexico, maybe you've been one of those individuals that just been sending money back. Estoy mandando dinero a Mexico and always, come on. If you're Mexican, you got relatives. How many times have they sent you go do a wire? Mijo, manda 300 a tu tío. Mijo, manda 100 a tu tía. It happens. I've been all the time, mandando eso. Maybe you've been one of those cats. Then it won't be America first for you. Then te puede valer madre if crime is high. You don't live over here, so you don't give a shit if houses are getting broken into on every corner. If you were living in the hood, most of the internet don't know about living in the hood, man. Most of the internet that troll grew up in the suburbs on some cushy ass fucking couches and pillows and don't know what it is, man. Because you're really living in the hood, you want to try to get out of the hood. Okay? You don't know what it is living in the hood when they're breaking into houses all the time, when they bang your back door to try to run through because they're jumping fences and shit like that. That's the normal occurrence of shit really happening in the hood. It's not the internet hood, it's the real hood. The point is to try to make it out, take your family out. I did everything, suffered, was broke enough, was poor enough, banged enough. I did all of that times 5. That my family should never have to do that. Ever, 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 ever. They should just eat off my cheese. Because I made the right moves. And then people are going to get mad when I say the gavachos are the one that gave me the blueprint. Fuck. Then they get mad when I mention that. You don't want me to go on that one, because I'll go on a rant about that one. Barrio Tactics. Sunday fun day. I've been chilling, cabron. I have been in the water. I haven't had a drink, bro. I really haven't had a drink, carnal. I haven't had a drink since last time I was with Slugs, eh? I was with Slugs. I was in Mexico with Slugs. Remember we did a little video? That was cool. And that Tecate went down so smooth, bro. Like Coors Light. But the reason I don't drink like that no more, bro, is liver damage is one of the most irreparable damages you can do to your body. You can repair a lot of things. You can stop smoking, repair your lungs. You can stop this, repair that. But if your body is on continuous fatty liver mode, your body is continuously trying to clean the alcohol that you put in. It's a poor existence when La Raza is waiting for fucking Friday, bro. Just to go and get a bunch of pisto, get crudo all weekend, show up Monday morning dehydrated just to get fucking by for another week, living paycheck to paycheck. That's a sad existence. And I've been helping La Raza since 2010, 12, get out of that existence. But and I haven't even had a drink other than that. That was the last time. I don't need to no more. Cabron. Someone said Bud Light. I saw a thumbnail that said Bud Light with a beer belly. That's some real shit, bro. He's drinking himself to a la muerte, way. It takes here's the real. And I'm gonna bring Miss Chicano Tube. I feel like you guys would be blessed if I start bringing her on next month. I've been asking her because she is so intelligent on things she has passions for. And Miss Chicano Tube will break everything down to the molecule when it comes to health. Miss Chicano Tube. So I'm really wanting to see if she can start her own show next month. Doesn't even need to be with me. She just use the studio, you know what I mean? She's just the studio, which I would have to go over there. I'd have to fire it up, show her how to turn it on. She knows all the equipment already, so she already knows the technical side. And then aesthetic, appearance, everything. She's a photographer. She knows all that. But she lit the studio. What am I talking about? Fucking Miss Chicano Tube lit the whole studio. It's 100% her set. Chicano Tube, the studio, it's 100% her set, right? She'll let you know one beer takes 3 days to your body. One beer. How many beers do you sit in one fucking chingazo? One Friday night, you just got off of work. Fuck, estaba caliente, way. It was a hot ass day in LA. It's over 100 degrees. You grab what? You drink a 12, right? You're not gonna get a 6. Or some of you cool with a 6. I used to drink more than a 6. I used to want a 12 to not have to go to the store later. So say you got an example. Say you got 10 beers. Okay? 10 beers. 3 days. That's 1 month. 1 month it would take your body to heal from drinking 10 pistos, wait. 10. 1 month it would take. I'm gonna have Miss Chicano too come on the platform. I want her to explain. I gotta get her because she is like on health. You know, you gotta give it up, man. There's just people that know their shit. She knows her shit. I know what I know. I'm a shark, like, you know, business guy, negotiator, all that shit. But I know what I know, and I know what I don't know. And Miss Chicano too will smoke anyone when it comes to health, and it's all kinds of health, right? It's overall health, spiritual, physical, metabolic, all your health, right? Hey, shout out to Donnie. I just seen Donnie commenting. Shout out to you, cabron. I'm on YouTube, way, so I don't got no guests or anything right now. I'm on YouTube. Donnie, I want you to come to the fight, Donnie. I want Donnie to be there in Upland on September 12th. I want you to be VIP, Donnie, okay? At the fight, I want you to be there. Take a picture with Loca. Take a picture with Snowman, Haterworld, G the Barber, who's got a tough pinche pelea. I'm going to tell you like that, man. That's going to be such a good fight. I'm segueing now. But anyway, shout out to you, Donnie. And then we'll get Miss Chicano to come on here. And then let me finish up that up then. So imagine you drink 10 beers, it takes 1 month. Another 10 beers the next day. Another 10 beers the next day. And now you're doing it every day, bro. Your body is shutting down, bro. Let me not digress. Let me finish that point. Your body is shutting down. You are aging your body faster, cabrones. And me too. I'm saying I'm an occasional drinker now. But I haven't drank since Slugs. And we were over there on pinche el 4 de julio, güey. Which over there, of course, they don't celebrate 4 de julio. You know, estamos en Mexico, güey. Gonna make a roll one up for us, cabron. That's off camera, way. If that goes down, way, I'm gonna hit that one. Boom, I hit that button, and I know I'm off camera, way. And now, pues, lo hicieron legal, way, so ya no se puede hacer nada. Real deal, Holyfield, let me see. Come on, where's it at? Okay. All right, it says Chicanismo power. Yeah, that's right. You already know what it is, cabron. Why? Because we check all the boxes. The fucking people get mad, right? Maniaco Minds, they get mad over there because he has English and blood in him and all that. Look, I don't care. I have a cousin. We linked up. No, I have cousins that are saying son güeros. You know what I mean? They're half güeros. You know, like son miclos. And it is what it is. Don't even trip on that, way. Just trip on that. Just trip if you're not a piece of shit. Trip that you don't have a bad heart. Trip that it doesn't fucking move you to help someone. You know what I mean? I think the reason I've really been blessed, the formula is I've given so much, but to people in my community and my own family. I give so much, they know that I'm always going to take care of the family all the time. Absolutely, with no brain or without even thinking about it. And I think that just has been reciprocated all my pinchy life. I don't even know how I got to that. What's up, Chicano 2? Carlos from Dallas. That's right. Dallas is in the motherfucking house. Of course, Dallas is in the house, way. So I got primos over there in Texas. Some of them work for the Border Patrol. Some of them are executives. Some of them have their own businesses, you know, like tire shops, stores. Actually, I have several uncles that have a lot of stores. They own stores, their own little businesses, right? Corner stores, which is meat markets. Over there, tienes que vender carne, güey. And all the botanas, sell all the antojitos in Mexico, way. Hold on, I'm just gonna get the camera for a little bit. If you know, you know. Okay. And a lot of them are in the Houston area. I've landed at IAH. I've got them going all the way down, all the way in the south, southwest, southeast. I know I got some family in the north. I know I got some family in the north. But shout out to you. Runner got under your skin about the 10,000, so you have respect for him. I have respect for the runner. Check this out, bro. I have respect for him as far as he's a human. What, do I want to see him take a dirt nap? No. Do I want to see the fucking casket closed on his head? No. Do I want to fucking, you know, kick some dirt in his face, kick him while he's already down if life has him down? No, because it's just a universal. The Bible says, reap what you sow. That's going to come right back around to you. So I don't wish none of that on that fool. For one, I don't know that fool. Two, that was probably one of the reasons the trolls come after me. Oh, you fuck with, oh, you do this on the internet. Yeah, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do. ¿Y qué? ¿Y qué? Well, that's my answer to the trolls, really. That one's for the trolls, not not the supporters, but excuse me. But no, these other people are the ones, some pendejos, way. Oh, he said he got beef with someone. Let's check out his videos and see who he has beef with, because he's really gonna run it. Well, he's 1-1. He has one pull up and he has one pull out. I have nothing against him. The little 10 G's, that's a technicality, bro. 10 G's is like me having a contract over his head that I can collect 10 racks from his ass. But when we searched everything and we checked everything out, we found he owed a shitload of child support. A shitload of child support. And we found he has no assets. He's not living under his name. So he's one of these fucking, you know, dudes that just, you know, probably still doing little violations, little county jail terms. And he's the worst fucking person for a youngster to see, bro. A youngster that has his head on, right? He's only for the youngsters that, you know, want to be entertained by clowns on the internet. That's all he is a clown, bro. Would I still want him to fight? Yup, I would do him in APA in a fucking second, bro. In a millisecond. I will do him in APA, whichever location in the United States, anywhere, in a fucking second, bro. I'll keep that a buck. I want to see that shit. That's why it'll come out of my pocket. Well, who else's pocket has any of these events ever came out of? Let me know. Let me know who else's pockets do we put this amazing content on for La Raza. Who else does that? Does Maniaco Minds do that? Who else does that? Does the fucking Walrus do that? None of these fools do that. Damn, no, I can't read the chat. Hold on, I'm gonna have to start my app again. I can see the camera. I'll turn the camera on, my bad. It's just my chat keeps going in and out. Cool. Let me see if I can see some of your chat. All right, Chicanismo, that's right. Orale, what's poppin'? Shorte, the west side. San Jose's in the casa. Bro, I've been seeing those bust downs, get downs. I've been telling the fellas, man, we gotta get together. We gotta flex at least one time in the fucking summer. I like, everyone loves the discipline, bro. It's motivating people to fucking put the chips down, get up, bust down. Everyone that's involved in something like that, that's 100% positive, man. They're just coming on the internet and they're working out. The only thing I didn't like doing was working out and chatting at the same time. I felt like it cut my flow, bro. So working out and chatting at the same time wasn't flowing for me. But shout out to Shorte, shout out to all the gentlemen that are involved in working out. Maybe we'll get something going on in the 831, straight from the 831, straight from the corazon. If Oompa came on here, bro, he'd faint, man. He'd fucking faint. We laughed about it the other day. I told him that. Hey, they're coming on Thursday, cabron. This Thursday, July 30th, Carol, a.k.a. Little Loca. Little Loca. 2 East Salinas for everyone. Little Loca is going to come. 2 East Salinas. Shout out to her, man. Shout out to her family. And Oompa's going to come because we're going to get ready for Oompa's birthday. Remember how we did it last year? We cracked piñatas. Remember, we're throwing C notes in the air. We're gonna do the 360 video for you guys, and we're gonna do some behind the scenes too. This is what I want to do. I want to set up a whole nother kind of behind the scenes room where it's gonna be La Raza's chat room. It's gonna be for you guys. I want to set this whole other chat room up for you guys way before the live even turns on, like an hour even before. Fuck it. I want to turn that on, and that shows everything. The whole 360 view. Whole three. I don't know why. Shout out to Little Loca, man. Shout out to Little Loca. She's the one that gave me the idea. She was like, man, let's do this. And then that way, when we creep up in there, it's kind of we creep up in there. And I'm like, it's the 360 view that's going to be the pregame chat that you guys are going to have. Just to drop comments and kick it with la raza before it even goes down. Someone says, Mikey versus Runner. Look, bro. That would be an absolute slaughter, bro. Like throwing meat. That would be like throwing a sirloin steak. Big old chuck. A big old pinchy 5-pound piece of chuck to a lion, bro. And that's just me telling the obvious, bro. There's levels to this shit, bro. This dude, now that I know he has no boxing experience, because anyone thinks they can fight. I put this up on my Instagram, on my story right now. The post still might be up, gente. Go over there and vote on it. You can hit Vatos Locos or La Primera. I'm just fucking around. Now we're just having fun with that shit. That's funny as hell, too, man. That shit is hilarious. That who would win in a head-up fight, right? I'm digressing now. I put this up on my Instagram. Who would win in a head-up fight? Vatos Locos, and there you have Foromiclo, Crucito, and you have Gallo Negro. And then versus La Primera, down you have Mundo, Santana, JD. And most of the people voted, oh, absolutely. It would be Gallo Negro, because Gallo Negro has major hands. Major hands. Bro, me versus the runner is like Gallo Negro versus Frankie. Yeah, at best, the runner would be Frankie, bro. He would be Frankie in Blood In, Blood Out. Frankie, that's all he could be, bro. I'm Gallo Negro, he'd be Frankie, bro. And it would be just like Tecato Fitness. Like, it would be on my terms. Like, if Tecato Fitness, oh, I don't want no gloves. I just scrap, baby. Okay, well, that's worse for you. Because then all I need, you're telling me all I need is one shot? I'll choose when I make that shot, too. And if you want one hand tied behind the back, I'd be willing to do that, too. You know, it's just, I need Niveles way. So the runner, he can't fight, bro. Just like El Gordito. He can't fight neither. We seen that. People don't want to see that. No, Vato Loco. That's right. Donnie's in the house, man. Get Donnie a wrench, too. What's popping? Chinese eyes. Orale. FIFA 2026. It was entertaining as hell, man. The Spanish one. And people were sending me some memes. Que, oh, you can't go for Spain. If you go for Spain, those are the cabrones that basically art our people, terrorized our people in the 16th century. And I get it, man. And that's history. I'm not trying to erase history. I'm not telling you guys, oh, we already know that most of the history they give us is already doctored up. O sea, los libros que nos tenían estudiando en la pinche escuela, it's only what they wanted us to know. No somos pendejos, you know? So, I never said, that was okay. But I was going for Spain. ¿Y qué? I was going for Spain. ¿Y qué? Anytime you own something, gente, don't fucking put it out there and then, don't own it. That's why you gotta be quicker to callarte la pinche boca. It's like Bud Light. Bud Light did a video and he said, I'm never gonna drink again and disrespect the chat and anything like that. And then that lasted hours. That lasted like 2 hours. And he came back on here with Bud Lights. Mikey versus the runner. Yeah, bro, that would be embarrassing, bro. No one wants to see that, bro. And you know what? Those little 10 Gs, like I said, fight L and just fight L. Because I want to see that. And the people will see that. And get paid. You know, even to make it righteous, you're still going to make a bag with me. Look at that. After all the shit and everything, you'll still make a bag with me. Why? Because, I'll make sure the accountant sends the money in the right direction. Boom. You'll make a little bag. And what bag? That's no guaranteed money. That would be just, whatever you could draw. Me versus that guy that wears the mask who hides in his attic all day. MTP 408 has been wanting to get something off his chest, man. That's the only people I respect that talk fights, that talk tough online, are the people that say, I'll pull up. And I think MTP 408 will pull up, man. Pull up in the fucking black Lambo, fool. Pull up in the fucking drop. You know who we'll be in the house, man. Have you ever been to one of the shows? Ask anyone that's been to one of the shows, especially the ones that I had here in the town. Okay, ask them to the show. Nothing but a vibe, family friendly. Bought the pizza place out next door. We're right next door to the Mountain Mike's. Bought this out. We're having a blast, man. An absolute blast, man. They would bring me bottles, Don Julio bottles, liquor bottles, gifts, because that's the energy I give anyways. That's 100%. That's the only energy I give. Y'all be attracting bullshit because that's you're giving out bullshit energy. Don't give out bullshit energy, and then you want to attract that, man. I don't want to attract games. I just ran into the youngster, man. They sent him to the halfway house because he turned 18. They sent him to the halfway. Like, man, I told him, keep it together, man. No estás trabajando, güey. ¿Por qué no estás chambeando, güey? Work is going to get your mind off las calles and then make you even too tired to even, man, get it together. I don't want to see the youngster going back because another youngster just like 2 weeks ago went back. Now I'm going to see him in my groups again and ride out another little beef. I don't want him to do that, man. Shout out to Northern Califas. That's right, cabron. You know, here, I had a little debate one time. Oh, is Salinas Northern California? Because if you get California, right, here's the history of Salinas, right? You got to know your shit. At least know the town you come from, right? Is history and foundings and all that, ¿verdad? Salinas, if you draw California out on a map, Northern California, that's Oregon. Southern Califas, that's Tijuana. If you draw California on a map, Salinas, get the ruler. It's exactly at the halfway mark. We're right here. We're at the halfway mark. So technically, we can claim both. I think we can claim both. We could be Central California, because a lot of people that I grew up with had that blasted on them too. Oh yeah, Central California. A lot of people had, because our commercials always say Central Coast. Central Coast living, Central Coast. We're exactly right in the middle, so we could be Central and Northern, you know? I talk a little bit more about that on the big Herc collab, gente. I recommend go watch it. Hopefully it's at least entertaining. If it's not, it's boring as fuck. Well, then let me know. You know, shit, if I ever turn boring, I'll shut this shit down, man. Yeah, I'll shut it down and just be like, boom, we'll be on IG, TikTok, and Twitch. Or I do want to do some more streaming. I want to do some streaming on Twitch. I'm building up that community so we could stream. I forgot what the first little magic number we need over there. It's either 500 or 1,000. There's a little magic number we got to hit, because then I can bring you guys with me. And not every damn day, but you know, those will be some fun days where a videographer just follows me every day, you know. Daniel Gonza says, I would have gone for Spain. Yeah, I went for Spain, bro. I had the Brown Berets on the channel. We did a panel, the Brown Berets. They came on the channel. They blessed us on the channel. I relate in the plights. I relate in the struggles of the Brown Berets. I just shit on them because, you know, I've had people, I had legs at one, I think I had legs at one time in the comments, pinche legs it. Le andaba diciendo, pues, don't forget, carnal, I think he was telling me that que esos güeyes son Marxist. And I'm like, okay, no, I don't forget Marxists, because you already know those are the ones that want to control all the people, gente. They want to control everyone in every village, in every town, in every state inside their country, the Marxists do. But anyways, he told me, just trucha with those people. And we didn't agree on everything. We didn't have to agree on everything. I made sure anyone that comes on the platform, it's a place where everyone has a seat at the table. All ideas have a seat at the table. Just be ready to hold the conversation, because you're gonna look real stupid, look real dumb, if you're holding up a side and you say, well, this is a better ideology, but every country that's gone behind it has gone to shit, and is literally a shithole country that's burning on fire right now. So if you're ready to back that shit up, wear it with your chest, just like men with Kamala way. Wear it with your chest. Pinche men for Kamala. But go check out that interview when it drops on Big Herc. I just dropped one photo on there. Because you got to get a little bit more members only shit, a little bit more grimy, a little bit more dirty. You know, let's talk about grimy shit that would just really end up on the members only. That I'm gonna still continue to do videos that are behind the scene, because I could glance over it and not, you know, there's no names, you know, on YouTube. I never put names out on YouTube. No soy pendejo. But we'll get in the members only, at least give the details of the events without the names, but allow details. And we'll come up with little fictitious names, you know, or be whatever, Ramon or Eddie Boy or whatever, you know what I mean? But, and then, because they were saying, the Brown Berets were telling me, I told them, then what side do you gravitate your heritage to, the mestizo heritage to? You have the Spanish side or the indigenous side? And the one hermano, because they call themselves hermanos, they're like brothers. It's like a brotherhood. It's a brotherhood, right? He was actually in Chicago. He was in Chicago and was streaming from Chicago. And we had a couple other Brown Berets on that panel, one in Arizona, one in Southern California. He told me we don't highlight the Spanish side because of what they did to our gente. I said, I get it. I get that 100%. I know que us as a country, Mexico, we're a mix of that shit. So what are you gonna do? Like, turn your back on that? That's like turning your back on the foundings of the country. Which, you name me a country. Come on, name me a country that wasn't colonized, conquered, had invaders. Are you kidding me? Especially during the medieval times. Shh, chale con eso, man. So I told him after, respectfully, he answered me that. I said, well, I'm gonna be proud of all of my bloodline. I said, I'm gonna be proud of all my pinche sangre. I'm not gonna be a pinche little pussy. Sound like a pussy. Que hubo de headquarters. That's right, Corco's in the casa. Hey, el otro día, unos campesinos, they gave me una, man, fresas, way, some good little bolsa de, I don't know how many boxes. The bad thing about it is it takes a lot of boxes of strawberries to make one shake, bro. No es muy, fresas no son muy jugosos, way. Like, they don't have a lot of juice. No son muy jugosos, man. But shout out to you, shout out to Watson. Watson's always been in the house, man. And rest in peace to Pony Boy. EBK, rest in peace. The short came up on my feed, bro. This is why I get trolled. Oh, you know, this and that. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to do on the internet. So what? If it's not your cup of tea, kick on down the road. This is the Chicano channel. This is La Raza's chat. It belongs to them, you know. So you gotta kick rocks into some other bullshit chat. It came up on my feed, and I think it was Miss Pony Boy. She went in there, commented, and I just sent bendiciones, fuerzas always, because it's still fresh. You know what I mean? The shit hasn't passed barely. Shit is still fresh. And I think she commented on a video. I want to say the video I did was like a music video, because I think I did one for Josh too, man. I think I did. Was it a music one, or did I? No. I did a reaction video. And, you know, for sure I was probably sipping. I was probably sipping on something, you know. Because it's a pinchy video or someone passes away. It's got your shit. We lost EBK, we lost Pony Boy, we lost Raskizi. You know what I mean? Iron Bear. A lot of people didn't even know Iron Bear was at one of the pinchy peleas. We did that shit over there in Arizona. Iron Bear was in Arizona with us. Chilling. Iron Bear was chilling. Rest in peace over to him. Tim Hennessy was another one. Rest in peace. These are our YouTube Yarda originals. They would be on the, like, as part of like the original crew, like the Sopranos original crew. So you can call them whatever you want to call them, all internet fucking personalities, I guess. Tim Hennessy was another one. So I didn't necessarily agree with everything, but people fuck with me because they know I keep it a buck. I don't try to sugarcoat anything. So when people were like, in 2016, when all this, when the politics, everyone started jumping on politics after 2016, right? I didn't even change my views then, and I haven't changed my views now. First of all, I'm always gonna vote with common sense. First of all, really should be that's my business and not yours. I mean, that's first of all. Imagine you trying to tell me or dictate or micromanage my business. Like, who are you to even do that? So I say that just so you know what to tell your fucking relatives whenever they try to get inside your business, because really they try to just, you know, make you follow the crowd. Shout out to Baja California. That's right, cabron. I got a piece. I got a piece in Rosarito already, but I want to get a retirement piece, which is like an already made up vineyard way. I want a vineyard. I want to get a vineyard on a hillside house. It's gonna be a hillside. This is how I'm gonna retire, and I'm gonna fucking fall asleep, bro, like The Godfather Part 2. Just boom, fall asleep like The Godfather in my tomato garden with chiles and cebolla on a little rolling hill property that has vineyards on there where we're just all driving around little 4x4s. Of course, you got to be, you know, it's got to be protect your property, so no trespassing. So you already know we're gonna be loaded up. And I thought I saw someone post about that concealed carry. Get concealed carry. Yeah, you should. What that those of you that I can't for the rest of my pinchy life unless they pass the laws can hold. I can't hold shit no more. Well, that's members only shit. Anyway, from the 408, anyone from the 408 would pull up. That's right. No, it's absolutely. Well, bro, there are hermanos, man. You know. Before you get over there, though, you do have to go to San Juan Bautista. So you have Hollister. Don't forget, Hollister is the first San Benito County. San Benito is the first county you're gonna hit when you go north off the 101. Coming from Salinas, the beautiful thing is that the 101 that splits California is like the 5 that splits California, and it goes right through the town. Boom, and we have 8 exits. I think when they added Sala Road was the last one. Sala, way north, like right under the cemetery. Right under going over there to, I forgot what's the name of that street? Ralphie Lane. Give it the headquarters. We're in the Central Coast. Yeah, but you know what, bro? They also say that to Santa Maria and the 805 too. They consider the 805, if you go look at TV in the 805, they consider that Central Coast. So, también, lo mismo, we share, and those, that's our neighboring area code to the south of us. Remember, south of us, now you have that big, and it's a big chunk, 805 area code. So, but of course, we're gonna gravitate more over here to the 408. Well, we had the 408 area code. That was ours, wait. We passed it on, wait. The 408 was ours. So, cálmense. Just kidding. Watch them have MTP. Get back in the comment section and be like, "Oh, Mikey, yeah, but you didn't make it shine like us." No, we had. I'm just letting you know we had the 408 because again, people had to blast it on them. Mostly the East Side Crips or the 372s would have it blasted on them. So I remember after they would even blast the 40 because now. No, I'm sorry, 408, the 31, yeah. Put the 31 on there and make it 5 digits. That was kind of a little popular for a little bit. All right, Viva the Brown Berets. Hey, I got respect for him, bro. Like Alex Enamorado, all that stuff. People think, oh, we might not align politically or religiously. No, maybe we don't, but that doesn't mean he's a piece of shit. What makes him a piece of shit is like Maniaco Minds. He fucking impregnates teenagers. That makes him a piece of shit. Now, why would you want to follow that unless you're not a father? I mean, I get it. If you're not a father, then you don't have those feelings. You don't have those sentiments of feeling your daughter, abusada by a guy 3 times her age. Oh, I can tell. They don't want to hear that. As soon as he hits R&R in the holding tank, I'll hold. Chase Oliver, 100%. Who is that? Were you guys saying that when I was live with Slugs? You guys were saying something about Oliver, right? Something about Oliver. I don't even know. Is that a new movie? The last one I seen, trip on this, gente. I seen He-Man, gente. Masters of the Universe. You can't tell me if you were a chavalito in the 80s that was not your shit. It made me pull out the whole Marvel and DC comic cards, be seeing Masters of the Universe. That's He-Man shit. He-Man, that was the dream toy. Are you kidding me? He-Man in a garage sale? Some weirdo would level up or get tired of them. You know what I mean? The weirdos, that's what it was. And they were like in cardboard boxes. We're talking about having big boxes. Yeah. And they were just having full of, you have Castle Grayskull in that shit. Imagine, man, you know, I mean, if you wouldn't have the money, you'd have to go back and beg your parents. Beg your parents, buy me that shit. That box right there has Castle Grayskull, has the pinchy tiger that he rode on. It has the other 2 or 3 members. All of their stories plus He-Man's story came out in this new movie, Masters of the Universe. Anyone that was any kind of chavalito, it could have even been early preteens, or of course little kid age. I told my brother-in-law, he's like, oh hell no, I gotta go see He-Man. Oh, absolutely. I pulled out the comic cards with Donnie. Go back and watch that live with Donnie. I pulled out all the holograms. We pulled out the MVP cards, the Marvel ones. And I had DC because He-Man never sold his patent. The Masters of the Universe always were distributed independently, and the Masters of the Universe never sold their patent. Never. They were distributed by both Marvel, DC, Mattel, but they were all individual distribution deals. But because He-Man was so big, who does He-Man need to join? Come on, bro. That was crazy, but go watch that live with Donnie, man. We busted out the cards, but going back to the finishing up on the Brown Berets, the reason I've had Wayward Son on here, not just because some people comment, conservative, only conservatives. I said, no, it's never been only conservative. Since when, fool? Since when? Wayward Son being on the channel, Brown Berets being on the channel. I'm trying to have a conversation that's not being had. I'll say that again. I'm trying to have a conversation that's not being had. People try to duck the hard shit. I'm telling you, con huevos, güey. Chicanismo, always. Pura adelante, con huevos. Nos sobra los huevos, güey. Imagine trying to duck some of these subjects, like ICE and Trump. Con cuál miedo, güey. Con cuál miedo. Join the chat, man. Join la raza in the chat. Yes, sir. You know, I'll pull up, no problem. NTP 408, yeah. So we got to do a Salinas event. Let's plan that for 27, bro, because, again, I just got trips planned the rest of the year, but just trying to just live life. You never know. It could be my last video. I've been saying this all the time. It could be my last video, last live, and I would be in front of Jesus, and I would tell him I never thought that you would give me this much back when I was always, obviously, at your lowest or lost for years. Never thought I would get it back, but thank you. You know what I mean? Thank you. At least I can set up the kids and look out for the familia the rest of their lives, you know? Make that right. Remember when we didn't ask people what we went wrong? Shit on the chest. Now it's wild. Yeah, but a lot, bro, it really is clip bait for clips, right? And it's funny because the negros, the Africanos, they're not going to push that on us. You know who pushes the immigration on us? Us. You know why? Because we're not united, bro. We're not united. If we had one voice or one fucking mesa or something, a group of just influencers online from everywhere, from IG, TikTok, all kinds of political views, bro. But you know it's not going to happen. Because they're going to tell me, oh, this and this and that. And I'm like, damn, I mean, I'll get you breaded up the same way too. But tell me you want to get breaded up. Don't tell me this other bullshit that we just, you know, that you're telling people to go wild on and get shot about. You want the people to get shot. People have been getting shot. Like the one lady, she was confronting them in LA, and they had the warrant to snatch her son. Her son did 12. The son did 12, right? It was in LA. It always happens like this. It happens in LA. The son did 12. I don't know if it was the state or feds or miss me with all that who he rode with, or I don't know. I don't know what I don't know. But they snatched him up. But do you see how this propaganda memes telling you stand up and do all other shit? Well, that's what happened. They got the mom. The mom said something. Someone else said something. And people started getting snatched up. And now they want to tell They want to complain about the mom getting snatched up. You told the mom to go gusto. You told the mom to go full 60. That's like standing in front of the gun. That's not how you win. Not in this country. You gotta have lawyers. You gotta get lawyers. You gotta be lawyered up. Remember the Godfather said that? He goes, you're a tough guy. He told that to Vincent. Remember he told Vincent? We could learn a lot from the Godfather. He told him, you're a tough guy. I don't need more tough guys around me. I need lawyers. Because sure, he was a tough dude. You know how they look at it, the pinche Italiano, la pinche mafia italiana. With them, in the beginning, when they came out of Sicily, tenías que ser, you had to have gone away and done hard time, or else they wouldn't even let you come in. That was one way of weeding you out. You know. But little they know, pues more and more people were going to be flipping, telling, and it was going to turn soft and watered down. It is what it is, you know. Much respect, Mikey, Mexican, Spain. Shout out to Spain. Yeah, that's right, cabrón. I would bang that one, but I would also bang the other one. Maybe a little bit less, because it looks kind of like North Carolina Tar Heel colors. I'm cool wearing like the... I mean, I could rock it, but I'm not really into that kind of design, that color. Now, the Spain one was cool. It was a red that was kind of a funky little red, too. It was like a fucking mixed red, like a rustic red. You had like some dark orange in it. You know, it was a little bit, I don't know, it was a red, right? But it had its own tone. And then the little blue things was cool. The blue edges, that was cool. I could go with either one of those jerseys, but for sure, when I went to Mexico last time, because I knew it was Mexico fever, everyone was buying their shirts, banging their shirts, repping them. I said, oh, for sure, I got to get a Mexico shirt. I told Slugs, I said, Slugs, I'm going to go get a pinche camisa. And I didn't know they were going to be selling the World Cup trophy. Así. Toda handmade, bro. I got 100% pinche handmade World Cup handmade statue in Mexico. No manches, way. That was badass. From Watson, it's Gilas, first town in the 408. Absolutely. Well, I told you what I did in Gilas. We abrí otra oficina. And I told you, well, I think I said this on the Big Herc one. I won't let it out if I haven't said it. But for sure I said something that I always wanted to do. You know, and me and Oompa have been talking about it too just recently on another podcast. El pinche Oompa también. I think this is something positive that he would like to do, which is, I don't want to spoil the surprise if I haven't already said it, but you'll have to listen to the Big Herc collab. Let's talk about that. Big Herc, man. See, I need some water, man. Bring me a water. Let me see. Bring me water. My bad, I had to text someone. Yeah, okay. Herc collab and then go from there. Way. The rancho's coming out at 8:05 or a slot. There's maps like that drawn out. I'm gonna forget to talk about Big Herc. You're making me digress, Corco. My bad. It's not your fault. You know it's me. Mis pendejadas and my digressing all the time. My pendejadas and digressing. The initial that so when the Chicano movement came out, it rolled out, right? Everything was popping off. It really started to the resistance of the Treaty of Dolores Hidalgo, and then it just started growing off into different little revolutionary movements. Now, walkouts and Vietnam and all that, you could pretty much say it was the 60s era that birthed the whole shit, man, the whole shit. And we look at it, me and you, I'll say I don't want to speak for you, but I think about it like this. We look at it like our biggest influence in the Chicano movement was absolutely the farm worker fucking movement, bro. It was the farm worker movement. It was the plights and struggles of the pinche United Farm Workers that, bro, in Salas, we have a headquarters. They still have it. They pull up in their lowriders. They take photos. It looks different now. The building looks different. They used to have murals on there. Now they just got like, you know, the big Huelga bird sign and maybe one on the door. But that's really how we jumped in it. And it's one of the biggest got into labor contracts and business, trying to tell the Wedos, no, we want our fair share of the bread. Because there's a lot of bread going around. The mayor said it's $20 billion industry. So at one point during the 60s, when it was kind of dwindling, because again, if you don't keep it alive, like the internet, like Chicano Tube, we're keeping it alive every time we go live, way. We keep this Chicano pushing alive and thriving every time we're live, carnal. We don't let it fizzle out, way. We don't, man. And our voice is big. It reaches far, way. We're knocking on the door 20K, just one platform. One platform, 20K, way. So they started painting when it was like dwindling a little bit. They really started blasting murals, and that's when they came out with these initiatives. You know what? We got to blast things that are eye busters, that are in places that stand out, like bridges, freeways, fucking overpasses, and they started blasting them. All of Sala's bridges and overpasses are blasted, bro. We're blasted. All of our bridges are blasted. There's not one. Cholo Trucker came for his fight, man. Shout out to Cholo Trucker, the baddest Chicano on YouTube. The baddest Chicano. No one has more rounds, more work. No one has put in more work on YouTube than Cholo Trucker. He'll get in there with a heavyweight. He don't care. Está loco el cabrón, güey. Ese pinche vato, man. Pocos pero locos, te digo. They started painting and they put Aslan to be the whole Southwest territory they left going up to Califas. So that's a big chunk. That's even covering Mile High. Shout out to Mile High in Denver. Colorado way. That's including Colorado. That's including Nevada way. So the thing, but the reality of it is this, bro. People flee Mexico. Our parents, my parents, the reason they wanted to go norte way was for more opportunities. So if it would have stayed Mexico, California, looking like the beautiful Rosarito, the castles on the side of the ocean, broken castles, a la chingada, restaurants, the beautiful sights, people still would have fled north, bro, more north. More north, even Canada, the raza would have went, because again, it's wherever the opportunities are, bro. We're trying to give our children way better, man. I did everything that my children never have to do, all the plights and struggles and everything. I did it all for 5 lifetimes, for 10 lifetimes. They'll never have to do it. Now they could just, thank you. They could just live off our cheddar. The ranchos, yeah, that's what I said. So all of that could be considered Aslan. They were painting Aslan maps. Now it was gorgeous. It's a beautiful thing, bro. It made you stick your chest out. You see that shit? Tienes que ser un pendejo. Your chest doesn't stick out. I still see youngsters to this day. That's why you never heard me knock the youngsters, even though I know I say skinny jeans and you can see the veins in their legs, and I know that, but still, as far as there's still youngsters that are proud of their cultura. They don't let none of the other, they don't knock their culture. They don't act black. Okay, just let me be direct with it, you know what I mean? Before I beat around the bush on that shit. It's just Salinas is a little bit different, man. We're just a little bit different. And Watson, Gilas, and all the ones that are commenting right there, I can see it. All a little bit different, man. I talk about that a little bit more in the Big Herc interview. That's why I said Big Herc. I had to pull out some members only shit, you guys. The members only is like something 99. Someone said it's 7.99 or something 99. There I have a pinche little library. So todo lo que les interesa esa cosa, they know my energy in real life. They know I go around, one of the leaders of the community, starting up these pinche rec centers and buildings and planting shit. That's what I want to do. You know what I mean? At some point, ya el pinche dinero, ¿cuánto dinero quieres, güey? And then at some point, it's like, you know what are we leaving after we take care of the kids and their kids and all that? What are we leaving left? We're leaving some good, positive things in the community, man. I don't want to reveal too much, but watch the Big Herc interview. I talk about it. The ranchos, that's right, 40831. That's exactly what I said. Exactly what I said. Yup. Chicanismo, raza. Yeah, I had an 831 over one arm, and one of the fellas, man, he's not from over here. He's not from Salas. He's from Seaside, right? Back in the 90s, okay? Rapped together, right? Did rap. Long story, not gonna get right now. Rapped together, right? And he was like, no, not over the 831, because there was the 831 on the part that was written. It was scripted, but it was only like this big, and it's on the arm right here, right? I said, Charlie, way, I had to put I put a whole Mexican flag bird over it, way. So at least don't tell me that, que no está algo que no es lo mismo mejor, way. I put the Mexican flag pájaro landing on the cactus right there, way. It was about getting a new paint job. It's about getting something that's not, garage and green and shit. We used to have to cut the needles and sharpen them and put them through the machine. It took a long time. Too long. You have a chicanismo. That's right, cabrón. Death row. You ain't lying right there. That'll make your chest stick out. Just like I was talking about the bridges. They're all black. A Cholo trucker came to his fight. Um, and versus Buzz. I'll tell you what, the Cholo trucker just has tiene un pinche Doberman inside of him that when that Doberman lets loose, it's a different Cholo trucker. I'm the only one. I mean, no knock to Buzz, especially fuck the runner, right? Fuck the runner. It's always gonna be fuck the runner and Bud Light. Um, Not even they got to see that version of Cholo Trucker. The version of Cholo Trucker that I got rounds with, when the bell rang, I knew it because I have seen all the rounds. I have seen him fight. I've been ringside and I've seen him. I've seen it. I felt the intensity. I felt his energy. But when he was coming against me, it was like, here's a pinchy chop this fool down. And he blitzed me and cracked me a couple times and woke me up. And I said, okay, Cholo Trucker, I thought he was on maybe 201 level. No, he's on 301 level. His boxing is very advanced. And so I immediately kicked into 301. And one thing about my 301, it's a more calm, relaxed fighting. Because now I know that I'm in the ring with someone that knows how to fight. I'm not in here with one of these babosos that they say they know, they're 300-0 YA, like Santana. But I voted on my IG story about those locos también because he had gallo, he had the major hands, he had the best hands. Now I'm digressing. He said, "Eye Busters is so old school." Those are the Chicano words. That's what I said. We're gonna keep that part alive. You know what I mean? For people that think, oh no, we keep this Chicanismo the way it should be. It's all the cultura. I love. Hey, if I haven't said this, gente, I love what you guys post on the community page. It's another permanent page. It's called the community page of La Raza. Here, you can always go back, watch the video, watch the chats, read the chats, etc. Right? I'll make sure YouTube has that feature on. But we have a community page that people put that half Mexican, the half American. Gente, you can't. This is Chicano too. But at the end of the day, somos Mexicanos. Yes, of course we are. Me, if you want to try to come at me before you look like a pendejo, just know this. I also have a Mexican birth certificate. So no te hagas pendejo. Because how far do you want to go down that road? Okay, once you know I have a Mexican birth certificate, how far do you want? So that at least gives me, to me, I got the ROP, the rights of passage. I got the ROP to fly the fucking Mexican flag. I can fly it. I can say Viva Mexico. All that shit. Oh, this thing is getting fun. Hold on. You know I gotta take the video out. And you know why I'm taking the video, but I can still see you guys and hear you guys. It says, I busted. Yeah, all the bridges are feed. That's what I was. Let me finish that up. Cholo Trucker said, bro, hey, I love the bridges, carnal. Cholo Trucker got here like the day before, came in jogging. Bro, Cholo Trucker was working out like the night before his pelea, came in jogging, busting a little sweat. My respect to that man, I'm telling you, has gone on a whole different level, man. That's mi hermano right there. Probably the dude that I've gone the closest to on YouTube, because not only has he been involved in the series of fighting, I told you he's a stakeholder. He's on the board of directors of series of fighting, bro. Content creator, series of fighting. I just always say series of fighting because it's shorter. Spencer, gente, give me a second. All right. Pass me the zigzag. He says, don't forget about the motorcycle community. Absolutely not, bro. Hollister is about to be popping this whole summer, cabrón. People go out to Hollister Way. They go to the bike rallies over there. It's been peaceful lately. Yeah, you'll still see vatos with chalecos, you know what I mean? There's Mongols, there's Vagos, there's all that stuff. But people act different when there's 500 Hudas, you know what I mean? So when there's 500 Hudas, they act different. So everyone's just trying to go out to these family things to vibe. And if you're just really looking to get crazy or anything like that, bro, stay away, man. We got families out there, man. Please. Stay away, please, man. Let's not act our shoe sizes. Okay? Stay away. These are family-friendly events, please, man. My events too, man. Come and like I was telling you about Tecato Fitness. Okay, he pulls up. I treat him like a VIP, bro. Walking in, he has my respect because he's a grown-ass man. Even if I don't like the runner, I still have respect at him as a man. I don't want to see him face down in a pinchy ostrich hole. Like Savage Studios. That was crazy. I remember even stories went out to the scene of the crime, toda la chingada. He did a video out there, stories at Savage Studios Ink Shop. It was off of, and anyone that goes to Chicali, we drive right by it all the time. Wait, right? It's Jurapa Valley, Apple Valley, Jurapa Valley. It's right there in the desert. He was renting a booth in this little wagon wheel, Western-looking building. He was renting his ink shop. He was going live like we're live right now. But imagine me being the pendejo that comes on live and comes off like a tough guy. I think I'm a tough guy. What? How old am I, you know? People do that in 40s, 50s. To me, I take it to another level, gente, I know, but I had to tell you guys the truth. If I'm lying, I'm dying, man. Once I tell a lie, I'll close this channel down. I'm done. I don't got time for this shit. Make some shit up, right? Yeah, he went out there. Just like he did a little video, pinchy stories. There's a little video of the green belt. Little at the green belt at the beach. Hey, those fucking belts are not cheap, fools. Shit. I don't buy no cheap shit for the fucking shows, the events. They look legit. Look at us. We have a red carpet. Shit, Cholo Trucker weighed in on a red carpet over here in Salas. We're going to do another one. I want MTP is going to come through. Some other cats will come through. And it's like that. Just know the environment you're stepping into as well, because there will be the general crowd. General people will also be there, you know. And if anyone wants to get inside the ring and throw hands, absolutely, it's open. The ring is open. That's way more respectable. Way more respectable. Now you didn't come on the internet, troll, talk shit, drop a comment, talking shit. Instead, you pulled up and said, yeah, I was the one that talked shit. I want to run it. Cool. You know? Cool. Let me see. Motorcycle. Yeah, they're gonna be in Hollister Way again. The bike rallies in Hollister. I maybe went out to once or maybe at least once, drinking pisto, because it's hot out there. It was a good time, man. It was a great time. People that have motorcycles, shout out to them, man. I can't ride like that. I'm used to 4 wheels. You know, 4 doors, 2 doors. I recently got a little gimbal and I set it up inside the ride. I just really haven't shot videos, but I want to start doing members only videos right there from the ride because I got a little gimbal and it's a cool little angle. I'm gonna do something special too. This Thursday coming up, we got little Loca, aka Carol E, and we got Oompa Knock, whose birthday's coming up, who's actually gonna do it up, man. He's gonna have Casper Lokes. Shout out to Casper Lokes. He's doing his thing. Always support, man. Don't be a fucking hater, man. Share someone's shit. Don't be a hater. I'll turn the camera on right now, gente. Just hold on. Don't be a hater, man. Support, share, IG story. I'm not a hater, man. I support, man. Shout out to Rambo's Hot Dogs too, the best pinche Chicali Tijuana hot dogs in Greenfield. Shout out to Greenfield. I'll tell you what, the first time I met Greenfield was about 96, 97, something like that. Whole family whose relatives owned the farms, or at least they had their names on it, so they're already moving up in business. Then we're like, oh, the gabachos, we can't do shit. The gabachos, or we're oppressed. Shit, they started owning the farms. I remember it was called Dominguez Farms. There was at least 3 or 4 of them. 2 of them could have been brothers, and the rest of them were cousins. Unfortunately, there was another double tiroteo, and I think it was in Greenfield. And over there between Greenfield and King City, man, that pinche guerra has been going on probably for decades. There used to only be one high school out there. That's crazy. There used to only be one high school out there. I'm like, man, I'm just throwing them all right there. Y son enemigos. It was just funky, man. Hot rod community. That's right. Motorcycle. I was 4 and 65 in YA. That's right. That's right. That's right, way. You know, it's because I had to put something on La Primera, and since there was a photo, this is on IG, way. Follow me on IG. Make sure you follow me on IG, si tienes, way. Somewhere I'll be posting a lot of in-betweens, too. But trip out on this new angle. We're going to this new camera. It's going to be cool. It's going to show a whole 360 view. Boom. Even before we go live. It's going to be cool. So that way you guys will see the kickback before the kickback, if that makes sense. The kickback before the kickback. You know what I mean? That's right. That's right. Chicano. What's up? That's right. Chicano. What's up? Mikey, I send mine to you and your familia. That's right, Goyo. Boys in the house. That's right, cabrón. I appreciate you, way. Go watch that interview with Big Herc, way. You're gonna like it, way. I think everyone's gonna like it. What is it? Yeah, a fork. Una toallita. I send that over to you. Shout out to you, cabron. Hey, enjoy this summer. Take it slow, cabron. That's what I'm telling the people, man. Make memories off this internet shit. Disconnect this shit. All it's gonna do is gonna make you want to get more gadgety, get more shit. I'm over here wanting to buy TVU packs to fucking stream like a $30,000 streamer. And I'm like, it's just being too much, man. It's being too much, man. We need to grow the platforms. That way we didn't have a large voice. That way if we ever get to unity, then we could fucking really, really make some damage. The first thing, all we care about over here in Salas, well, I don't want to speak to everyone, right? But I'll tell you what, we want to tackle the pesticides. And that goes across all kinds of pinchy lines. We don't give a shit about your politics or your religion. I told the mayor, I said, why is there all kinds of Ajax powder? It's like powder Ajax. You remember buying the powder Ajax, the pinchy bote? It was powder Ajax. I said, why is there a bunch of powder Ajax all over the pinchy lechuga? Chale, way. Damn, they just passed me some Genos. I mean, it's fire. So, that, it don't matter who you rag on IG. It don't matter politics or anything like that. We've been trying to get together, man. You know, American Cholo's definitely in that conversation, so forget about that. Anyone's trying to do something real positive, you don't got to do a shit. You don't got to do shit that I tell you to do. Do what the hell you want to do. I don't give a shit what you do, right? Just like you don't give a shit what I would do, my business, right? Here on the internet. But we're growing this voice, and I'm telling you, when this platform, we're going to do next year, we're going to announce that Pinchy Creator Summit that we're going to have. Whew. Wait till you see that Creator Summit and who it's in collaboration with here in the 831. I don't want to hear shit about it. After that, all our numbers should be in the hundreds of thousands. And now we're going to have a unified voice. And again, it don't matter politic line, religious lines. None of that matters to me. It never mattered to me, so I'm not gonna be one of these fake fools and say I'm a brown activist and now it matters. Just because I do a lot more shit than people that don't do shit. Man, this is fire. Oh shit. Gente, they just passed me some homemade cheesy. This shit tastes like Italy. I'm eating some pasta right now. I'm eating some pasta. It tastes like Italy. All kinds of flavor exploding. Damn, man. I've been blessed, gente. I've been blessed. If you guys still got chefs around you, you're blessed, man. Because that generation that knows how to cook is slowly dying off. It's sad. Our parents die off, like mine. All we have is the next generation. Pass down the recipes. Mm. Mm. I forgot the chat was down here. My bad. United States first. Yeah, it's gonna have to be that way, bro. You strap on the boots for the United States against Mexico. It's sad. Oh, clip that shit. Clip that shit. Strap on the boots for the United States war versus Mexico only if you plan on, pues, you're here. You want to be here. You want to stay here. This is the country that your children are going to live in. If you're sure about that. Why? Because they're going to have better opportunities. Don't even try to compare both economies, bro. If not, everyone will be jamming that way, bro, on the border. Why aren't they jamming that way? They're jamming this way on the border, fool. There's a reason they're jamming this way on the border, fool. My parents, I could tell you about that. My own experience. I don't know about yours. And if you've never been there and done that, shut the fuck up, man. Never even experienced that. You know what I mean? It just, why? Because it sounds dumb. Talking about something you know nothing of. ICE and deportations. I'll hold. Oh, man, I didn't finish the rest of the comment. Much love, respect, and blessings to all. Today's my youngest son, 24th birthday, little Goyo. Happy birthday, baby boy. Daddy loves you. Yay, yay. That's right, my boy. That's right. Man, I wish I was in the studio, carnal. Could have hit off some sound effects right there. But you know what? Lo más importante, tienes Dios. Look at all these moments God has you living, bro. You're probably just like me, way. Get bullets flying over the head y toda la pinche locura. Now we're just grumpy old men who want to be homebodies and shit. You know? Hey, but happy birthday over to little Goyo, man. Live it up, do it. Hope the world is yours. Too young. Too young. The world is yours. Mm. They handed me a bowl. That's like a $30 bowl. This is like a $30 bowl of pasta right here. They handed me a $30 bowl of pasta, like 5, 10 cheeses. I'm like, it tastes like garlic and like 5 cheeses. Oh my God. I can't even explain it right on this pinchy little blog. I can't even explain it. We're just chatting, gente. So let me get to the big Herc behind the scene before I forget about that. The big Herc. People didn't know this. Me and Big Herc go years back. Years. Years before the YouTube Yarda. Years. Years before that, right? How and when? I'll say this. Actually, uh, the office in Monterey was on Cannery Row. Right above Sly McFly's on Cannery Row. That's where the office was. Yes, you just stepped out of the elevator, boom, right there. Very popular. We would sign 3 releases at a time, right? The Monterey office. I jumped on YouTube before COVID, actually, and the first 2 channels I subbed to were Kev Mac Videos and Big Herc. Mm. So I remember him way before COVID, way before any, other kind of YouTube relationships I have right now. Before I had any YouTube relationships, period. And was always resonated with the message because that's already years I've been working with the youngsters already and trying to put them around individuals like Herc and other people, the most positive individuals in real life, doing real shit, not YouTube shit, real life, not YouTube shit. But anyways, so I hosted a meet and greet for Herc right on Cannery Row. It was cool. Beautiful family. Shout out to him. We connected years ago. You know, the thing is, you gotta just let time do itself, and it'll be the right time, and the right conversations will be had when it is a collaboration. So that was it. You know, the haters will let them hate. You know what I mean? There'll be plenty of content for them to hate. They'll stir our name up even more just by hating on it. The ones that want to hate already. The rest of it, I'm gonna be real with you. Talking about all that shit is so old and it's so played out to me. Some of that shit, of course, is members only shit, but I was like, it's so old and so fucking played out. I was even saying it, I almost was like, sounds dumb as fuck. Now, will someone look at that and be like, oh shit, the door's just cracked and you just rushed them? And look, I get all that, but it's so old and so played out. But that'll be on the big Herc collab. This this is sick, man. Straight up. This is that's an Italian grandma's kitchen. That's not a Mexicana. That's not a Mexican kitchen. You know. And then when I say shit like that, oh, I thought you were talking about Chicanismo. It's the same thing. Don't get confused, man. Just know what we're talking about when we're talking about it. But they start going after me in the fucking chat. Primero, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it has to be that, bro. So I posted a picture. Un pinche soldado ya está en una rodilla, güey. He's right there. He's on one knee. Now he has the U.S. flag on his shoulders, but the mom standing over him, boom. And what flag does she have on her shoulders? She has it tied right there, the Mexican flag. So, to the pendejos, I'm talking about to the pendejos, that will see something like that and be like, oh, pinche vendido, and something like that. Oh, man. You could say that on the internet, but I wouldn't say that in a real community of brown individuals. I would not say that in a brown community because you might not know what the fuck you're doing. Let's keep pushing. That's right. Watson's in the casa. Has been in the casa. That's right. Green Pass. In case he was one high school. Yeah, I didn't. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I was so ignorant. I did not know anything until I started going away. Until I started becoming a ward of the state. I didn't know anything. I didn't know about the neighboring cities. Not at all. We hung out in driveways. We were not all over the place. I've never even been to Vegas once until way after I got married. It wasn't like that. It was just for the ones that were kind of like más perdidos, man, los más pendejos, los más perdidos. I talk a little bit on the big Herc thing. I don't want to get too much on it because fuck that shit, you know. I came here from Portugal. Oh, that's right. All right. Shout out to Portugal. Shout out to Portugal. What I do remember about the Portuguese, studying it somewhere, I'm not claiming to be some kind of historian. What I do remember about the Portuguese is they also landed, a lot of them landed on Hawaii, the Hawaiian Islands. And so a lot of Hawaiian islanders have Portuguese also in their blood. That's just us talking about the same thing with, you know, Spain landing over there. That I couldn't wear a FIFA Spain. They were coming after me. I'm wearing a pinchy Spain jersey. They want to come after me. Okay, I get it. You know, but Argentina, they were also saying que esos ways did what they did, kind of, man, they were going hard. They were saying over 90% of los morenos that were there got wiped out. That's what the internet was saying. Again, these are these popular pages, these ones that like to stir the pot, or you know, most of them are socialists. Let's keep it a buck, man. Most of them are socialists. Most of them are Marxists. They want socialism. That's what they want. Let's just keep it a buck, okay? I don't like to kind of just bury certain things, especially if we're going to start dialoguing. Well, then respectfully, you believe what you believe, and I do mine, and we can have a conversation. But don't try to come on here and then you sound dumb as fuck, you know? Make a break. Do you stand with the indigenous pueblo or a colonial power? Do you stand with the indigenous pueblo or the colonial power? Man, that one, that one's that one's way too fucking deep for me to even answer. But to be honest with you, relevant to today's date, if I thought about that in today's date, I would say it's non-existent. I couldn't give you an answer in 2026 right now, my boy. In today's date, right now, date stamp it July, lo que sea, 25th or 6th or whatever it is. I couldn't give you a definite answer on that because that doesn't pertain to today's date. Um, Either that or my perspective is totally different, bro. Because I just grew up with puro banging, puro from the calles. I grew up in roaches and poverty, food stamps, you name it, right? It could be a different perspective that we grew up in. I only heard about that getting revolutionized, quién sabe qué, getting indoctrinated over to other things. That's members only shit. And then at the same token, they would teach me that and then put a pedazo and say, do this. And I'm like, what the fuck? That don't really make sense, but it is what it is. But colonial power would be like the gabachos. Bro, I've never been intimidated by any pinche güero. I feel more confident when I'm in a room full of güeros. Matter of fact, I already know that if I step in a room full of güeros, my energy's so big. It's so huge. My energy's so big. They're going to want to ask, who is that? Just because my energy already drew them already. By me walking in the room of pinche güeros, they're going to know who is. It's going to be a common question. And then there'll be back bar conversations, sub conversations, and you know, también agarrando dinero con los güeros is you gotta be in with them, or else they'll probably keep you down. It is what it is. I gotta adapt to that in 2026. I gotta understand certain things. Unless you mean, oh, colonial power, like goes ransack fools with nightsticks, or what do you mean? Because I know people send me all day long. They put gas on us, they put DDT on us, they put kerosene on us, and people have been sending me. Like I said, I've done interviews over with the Brown Berets. Ever since then, I've been getting a lot of different kind of, different memes and all that other stuff. To me, it doesn't pertain to the year that I'm in. Either that, or how did I make it, bro? How did I try to make it out of the mud? No, because I thought, the only oppression I ever had was like 2 years couldn't pass a background check. After the 2 years I couldn't pass a background check, my oppression lifted. La chinga. It says California Love. That's right, my boy. The movie Mi Familia. That's a beautiful movie. That's another one it's gonna hit you in the corazon. That's that experience where your parents are Mexican and you're kind of first gen. I'm first gen. I keep saying that way. That way, when I say that, because people can relate to me more. If you're not first gen, you probably can't relate a lot. What's up, everybody? Where's the papusa? Over here in Salas. It's on next to DJ Booth. 2 doors down from DJ Booth. Go 2 doors down next to DJ Booth. They sell papusas right there. Little Mexican restaurant. I recommend it. Oh, yeah. And the wifey's picky también. The wifey's picky. So if she recommends it, oh, it's good. It's good. I don't know the name of it. It might be a Oaxaca place. I think it's Oaxaca. Okay, finish it up on this one, the big Herc one. The collab, we knew each other since a minute. It had just been time to collab already. And really, do I know what I'm going into? Well, I know his content. Okay, I've already met his beautiful familia. So I already know that this is an individual, absolutely, you want to fuck with, on the same course and the same path, especially when he talks about positivity. Gente, what do we do in real life? The internet could be the internet. It could be fucking Trollandia, computer land. It could be all that shit, right? Which I love it. But, and we're talking about in real life, making moves off in real life. And so that's cool. But I'd rather make the rules in real life. And so we're talking about real life shit, me and Herc. And so that conversation that we have, I had to pull out some members only shit. And it is what it is. It's crazy because everyone has a story, but just, they want to tell it, huh? They want to fucking screen our stories, give us fucking screenplays and all that other shit. But it just was what it was. You know what I mean? Why dwell on that? To the youngsters, they know the fake OGs are gonna stick the chest out, still have the people feel, oh, it's about that. Absolutely fake. Absolutely fake, man. Stay away from those people, please. Do yourselves a favor, por favor. And then, gente, we'll see you on Thursday. I'll be with Umpanak. I'll be with Carol. It'll be about 6 to 7 o'clock. I'll make sure the pre-live goes up. It'll be the first time we're getting in the chat with the pre-live. So the pre-live is gonna be up for the chat to be lit even beforehand. And I'm gonna see you Thursday night. The thumbnail is gonna come out. I appreciate you for coming out. Chicano Tube, hit that pinche like button. Si te gusta, si not, next to it is the chinga tu madre button, which is all good. I'll see you on the next episode.